of the unbeaten. Revenge, redemption, call it whatever you want. Georgia Tech wanted some. They got beat by Virginia Tech 51-7 in Blacksburg last year. But over the last 3 seasons, Tech had had 4 opportunities to avenge a loss of 21 or more. They'd come through every time. In Lane Stadium against the Hokies in an ACC battle, Frank Beamer's team got hit right in the mouth out of the gate, already down 7-0. Here's a Pontiac game-changing nominee. Reggie Ball finds a lonesome Calvin Johnson.
Where is the defensive coverage on this play? But Calvin Johnson, 6'5", 235, a 4.3 40, great hands, and knows how to finish plays. That's Calvin Johnson.
Georgia Tech made the lead 21-0 before Virginia Tech finally found its sea legs. And his ground legs coming with Brandon Orr, 26 yards. Here come the Hokies at 21-7. It's 24-13, and Virginia Tech was building a little momentum. John Tenuta's defense coming through. Philip Wheeler causing the sack, scoop, and score for Guyton. Georgia Tech, time now for the big play, and it came perhaps from an expected guy, but in an unexpected fashion. Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech, Reggie Ball and Calvin Johnson had already hooked up for 1 touchdown. Tech had a 7-0 lead on the Hokies when the big play happened, Mark.
Well, you can't let the best football player on the field, particularly wide receiver Calvin Johnson, wide open. What happens is Virginia Tech's defensive coordinator Bud Foster, there's miscommunication on the play. They blitz quarterback Reggie Ball, and they leave wide receiver Calvin Johnson wide open. And guess what's going to happen when Calvin Johnson gets wide open? Good things happen, Reese Davis. You know what happens?
He scores touchdowns.
He definitely does. Now watch here. Reggie Ball's going to look for Calvin Johnson, has his eyes on him. Here comes the blitz off the corner. But look at Reggie Ball, the jump pass to Calvin Johnson. Watch Calvin Johnson. He's going to look downfield to make a play. 6'5", 233 pounds, and explodes through the defense, runs a 4.3 40. It's all over but the shouting, in for the score. Again, Coach, you've got to look at this. When he runs free like this, you've got to get defenders on him. You can't let him roam free in the defensive secondary.
Well, he has such blinding speed, but it's also deceptive speed, because initially you did not think that he would be able to break open free. What you have to do is the corner turns it in, the backside safety close on it. As you saw in there, the backside safety was coming, but he was just a little bit too slow. And let's remember this. This was against a normally great defensive football team at Virginia Tech, because they normally don't give up those big plays. So what a great move by Calvin Johnson.
And a word of advice to every defensive coordinator out there: double team, triple team, whatever you have to do, don't ever leave Calvin Johnson wide open, because he will score on you.
That was the play, really, that let Georgia Tech seize the momentum of this game, really grab it by the throat. Went on to add another touchdown. The lead proved to be too much for the Hokies to overcome, and it has Georgia Tech in very good position now in the Coastal Division of the ACC, and that's the big play. Well, plenty of Pontiac game-changing moment nominees throughout the day, but only a few, only the select, only the elite make the cut and are worthy of your votes.
Over on the sideline, Mike Shula's on the field, jumping up and down. Here's John Parker Wilson. That's going to be picked off. Reggie Nelson, he could go a long way. Reggie Nelson flies down the sidelines. Touchdown, Florida.
That pick six by Florida's Reggie Nelson broke open a close game and ensured that the Gators would get redemption against Alabama, the first nominee for the Pontiac game-changing performance.
34 seconds left. Graham Harrell again looking. First down, going for the bomb into the near side corner. It is up, and it is caught. Touchdown!
Graham Harrell to Robert Johnson. They connected 3 times, the third time with less than a half minute to go, and gave Texas Tech the victory in Kyle Field over A&M.
Reggie Ball, play action to choice, jump pass, got it to Calvin Johnson. Johnson inside the 40, he might be gone. Johnson 20, down the sideline, they're not going to get it. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
The big play and the Pontiac game-changing nominee from Calvin Johnson of Georgia Tech. Now has 7 touchdowns on the year, 1 more than he had all of last year.
Second and goal. Rice trying to get to the outside. And he does, and Rice is in. Touchdown Rutgers. Great run by the sophomore.
Ray Rice on the road Friday night for Rutgers, coming through with the touchdown as the Scarlet Knights remain unbeaten by beating South Florida behind their star running back. So these are the nominees: Florida interception return, Texas Tech's winning touchdown pass, Georgia Tech's pass to Calvin Johnson, or the touchdown from Rutgers that kept the Scarlet Knights undefeated. You can log on to ESPN.com, search Pontiac. You can vote for Pontiac's game-changing performance. Winning school gets $5,000 in the General Scholarship Fund, courtesy of Pontiac. When you vote, you can register to win a $5,000 scholarship for yourself or someone in your family. All you have to do, log on to ESPN.com and search Pontiac.